Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, you got me stimulated. I'm extremely happy to be here in this environment of analysis, hope, promise, and change. So, thank you, Mr. Alok Gupta ji, President PCAT, Mr. Modi ji, Founder PCAT, and Sandeep Arya, my most dynamic friend, filled with an entrepreneur spirit, Vice President PCAT, for organizing this conference. Ranjit Kumar ji, our guest of honor, Additional Commissioner Service Tax. I'm sure this will be an opportunity for you to take back some feedback from the industry. It's very rare to see an industry audit and that spirit of reform. The element of responsibility, of changing unfair practices to fair practices is a scenario extremely laudable, and I compliment each member of this conference who has come from different parts of India. I believe in the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "Be the change you want to see." And in the last discussion, I found that the internal audit which the industry is doing upon itself is leading to a change. You see, when the internet highway was opened, it opened a very exciting world. People started communicating to each other across frontiers. People forgot to write the long letters which they used to send by post. And email became almost an every second kind of a possibility. Many others took to the advantage of commerce, of e-commerce. And some, which I have been listening to, sought out the loopholes and became part of the great tax robbery, as you have titled it. I was listening very intently, and I thought that what are the positive points? The positive points of having such initiatives is bringing in a lifestyle change. I don't need to go to a shop. It may be hot for me, it may be raining, it may be far. I want to do my shopping online sitting at home. It's a lifestyle change. But there are certain challenges. And the challenges are that if it goes on uncontrolled, it may end up as the Karol Bagh grey market. It's called, I think, Gaffar market. Yeah. I've been there once, and I was surprised at how somebody can sell me some good at such a cheaper price. I came back very happy bringing in something, but there was no assurance. There was no assurance about quality. There was no assurance about the brand name being there on the good, but you didn't know what was inside. So public satisfaction is one very serious challenge, because unless our online customer is satisfied from the transaction he's made, either he's not going to come back again and we lose a lot of market, or he'll end up feeling that this is nothing but some kind of a cheating practice. I'll tell you a personal experience. I went to study in the United States, and I thought I'll buy a new laptop here in the university and a new camera, and they said, no, why don't you buy online? You'll get a much better discount. So I said, how can that be? No, people save on overheads, so you'll get a much better discount. I said, but what about the quality? He said, don't have to worry about quality. I said, why? So with a lot of fear in my heart, I ordered. And believe me, those moments were very tense moments when I was filling up my credit card details of whether I'll end up as a happy customer or a cheated customer. But I found something very strange in the US economy, and that was that the US economy is based on the element of trust. There was no cheating. I'm still using that laptop. I bought another one, but I'm very fond of this one. And the delivery mechanism was so smooth that somebody came in, and while I was at the university, he dropped the packet at my door. And nobody picked it also, which probably doesn't happen in our country. So to move from an element of distrust to an economy of trust, I think is a very big challenge. We will have to change our mindset, and that's why I feel that this initiative which you've launched is very timely and in very good spirit. You've raised up the ethical issues involved in the entire chain of buyer and seller network. Sure, they have to be addressed. For increasing the credibility of goods purchased on the net, I was thinking that we should devise a return policy also. Because it is not like that I purchase a good from the net, I'm not happy with it, and I have to live with it. I've lost my money. No. The industry will have to devise norms for a goods return policy if the customer is not satisfied. In the US, nobody asks you a question. If you say within those 30 days or 45 days, which is the return policy, if you say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't like it, I'm not satisfied, doesn't feel good, they won't ask you a question. They say, you want to buy something else, you buy something else, or here's your money, please go back home. Then, vendor enrollment. I think what we are lacking today is an institutional framework. All these issues which came to my mind and I wanted to share with you, the last being of vendor enrollment, will all have to be merged in an institutional framework. So I was just thinking, where do we go from here? I would like to urge upon you today to draw out an institutional framework and an umbrella legislation. I worked in some 8 odd ministries, over my civil service career of 30 odd years. I don't feel that we must extend the Shops and Establishment Acts to our online vendors. We must draw out an umbrella legislation which will take care of the peculiarities of these transactions. Because they have been functioning, those acts have been functioning in a particular way of physical inspections, of an inspectorial regime. What we have to encourage is not somebody coming to our premises to inspect, but of our own volition, informing and complying. Informing and compliance issues will have to go together by the industry. The industry today is much more responsible than it was. Sure, if we are setting up something new, people like to take advantage and make the quick buck. But it is for everyone to understand, and I'm extremely happy that the sentiment here is largely positive. A sentiment here is very largely responsible to say that we will comply with our tax, we will suggest, we will give our taxes, because the country grows. Sure, the tax regime can also be tailored to suit that there are no double taxations on products and services. But I would leave a thought with you now that please draw out an institutional framework and a draft legislation which you must pilot with the ministry to take it to its logical conclusion of becoming an act, and thereby make this country grow on the online market in a very big way. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity of sharing my thoughts with you and inviting me here. I'm sure all your thoughts and all your efforts will not only enrich the industry but also bring in happy customers. Thank you.